Did you know that belly fat can influence your hormone levels? Excess visceral fat contains higher levels of an enzyme called aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. Over time, this hormonal shift may contribute to erectile dysfunction. If you've been struggling with increasing belly fat and noticing changes in libido or erection quality, these issues may be biologically connected. In this video, we will break down how visceral fat affects testosterone balance and what practical steps can help improve metabolic and sexual health. When we talk about weight and erectile dysfunction, we need to distinguish between types of fat. The fat under your skin is called subcutaneous fat. While it affects appearance, it is metabolically less active than visceral fat. Visceral fat is stored deeper in the abdomen, surrounding internal organs. From an endocrinology perspective, this type of fat behaves almost like an endocrine organ. It releases inflammatory chemicals and enzymes that influence hormone balance. In men, one of the most important hormonal concerns is the relationship between testosterone and estrogen. Testosterone is the dominant hormone in healthy adult males, while estrogen is present in smaller amounts. However, when visceral fat increases, hormonal balance can begin to shift. This shift does not happen overnight. It develops gradually, often alongside metabolic dysfunction, reduced physical activity, and age-related hormonal decline. The result may include lower libido, decreased morning erections, reduced muscle mass, and erectile dysfunction. The central mechanism involves an enzyme called aromatase. Aromatase is present in fat tissue, particularly visceral fat. Its role is to convert testosterone into estradiol, a form of estrogen. When visceral fat accumulates, the amount of aromatase activity in the body increases. This means more testosterone is converted into estrogen before it can exert its effects in tissues such as the brain and erectile tissue. There are two important consequences of this process. First, you have less available testosterone circulating in its active free form. Testosterone plays a role in libido, nitric oxide signaling, and overall sexual function. Second, higher estrogen levels can signal the brain to reduce further testosterone production through a feedback mechanism involving the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. This can gradually lower overall testosterone output. Over time, this creates a hormonal environment that may favor fat storage rather than fat loss. Elevated estrogen levels are also associated with increased fat deposition in the abdominal and chest areas, which can further increase aromatase activity. This is why many men find that as belly fat increases, energy levels decline, muscle mass decreases, and sexual performance becomes less reliable. One of the most significant drivers of visceral fat accumulation is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance occurs when the body requires higher levels of insulin to manage blood sugar. This condition is increasingly common, even in individuals who do not meet the criteria for diabetes. Chronically elevated insulin promotes fat storage, particularly in the abdominal region. As visceral fat increases, aromatase activity may rise, contributing to reduced testosterone availability. Age is another factor. Testosterone levels naturally peak in early adulthood and gradually decline over time. When age-related decline combines with visceral fat and insulin resistance, the hormonal shift may accelerate. Physical inactivity also contributes. Lack of resistance training reduces the stimulus for maintaining muscle mass and healthy testosterone levels. Finally, chronic inflammation associated with poor diet, smoking, and sleep deprivation can further impair hormonal balance and vascular health. The encouraging part is that visceral fat is metabolically responsive. Reducing abdominal fat can help lower aromatase activity and support healthier testosterone balance. Diet plays a major role in managing insulin levels. Reducing excessive refined carbohydrates and processed foods may help improve insulin sensitivity. A nutrient-dense diet rich in vegetables, quality protein, healthy fats, and fiber supports metabolic health. Resistance training is particularly important. Regular strength training has been associated with improved testosterone levels and reduced visceral fat. Combining resistance training with cardiovascular exercise supports both hormonal and vascular health. Improving sleep quality and reducing chronic stress also support hormonal regulation. In addition, nutrients that support nitric oxide production, such as leafy greens and beetroot, may help improve blood flow, which is essential for erectile function.
The goal is not simply weight loss for appearance. The goal is reducing the metabolically active tissue that disrupts hormonal balance. If you are noticing increased belly fat alongside reduced sexual performance, it may be worth evaluating your metabolic and hormonal health. But knowing the cause is only half the battle. To effectively burn this visceral fat, optimize your hormones, and reclaim your sexual vitality, you need a structured plan. To help you start this journey today, we've created a free resource, the ErectoGuide ebook, your complete ED guide. Filled with light infographics and easy-to-understand explanations, this guide condenses the science into actionable steps. It covers specific foods that boost nitric oxide, a checklist for hormonal health, the essential tests you need to assess ED, and the first steps to lowering insulin resistance naturally. Don't let another day go by feeling less than your best. Click the link in the description below to download your free copy instantly. Educate yourself, take action, and start your journey back to peak performance today.